You may be wondering if a career in tech sales is right for you. There are many reasons to get into tech sales. The pay can be lucrative, you can work from home, and since this is a tech-related field, you'll always have the opportunity to learn and grow in your career. However, there are some challenges you may have to manage before landing your first tech sales gig. The lack of product knowledge is a big one. Another challenge is not having a professional brand that stands out from other job candidates. If you want to get a tech sales job, it will most likely take a lot of hard work and a consistent willingness to learn. But it's not impossible. With that said, let's review 5 crucial tips to keep in mind in order to land a new role as a technical sales representative. Tip number 1. Understand the purpose of the role. One of the most important things you need to do before trying to break into the tech sales industry is to understand the job's purpose. Obviously, from our perspective, it's about making sales. But in order to be good at this, you need to look at it from the client's perspective. From the client's viewpoint, the ideal tech sales rep is all about providing solutions that address an urgent business need. Your job is to convince business decision makers that what you're selling is what they need. You want to be viewed as a solutions partner. In order to be viewed as a solutions partner, you need a good understanding of the technical aspects of the solution you're selling, as well as the sales process itself. If you keep these 2 points in mind, you'll have a better chance at being viewed as a potential trusted advisor. Aim to become the bridge between businesses and technology. Some organizations may want a custom software application to solve a specific business problem. Others might need help migrating their data to the cloud. Or they may have a need for a managed service to take care of their IT needs. In tech sales, the goal is to identify a client that will benefit from the solution your firm provides. One of the main keys to success in this industry is to place a priority on building trust. Trust between you and the prospective client. Remember, tip number 1 is to understand the purpose of your role. Your role as a tech sales rep is to help the prospective client arrive at the conclusion that your product offering will solve their business needs. Tip 2. Become a knowledge authority. There are times that product knowledge will be critical to closing a deal. You will need to have rational and insightful conversations about the products you're selling with prospective clients. If you don't have a firm understanding of how your product works and how it can be used to optimize business for your clients, then why would anyone buy from you? Take the time to learn everything you can about the technology you're selling. This includes attending training sessions, reading technical documentation, and talking to current customers. Also, learn about software delivery methodologies. If you decide to pursue software sales, you should have a solid understanding of the software delivery methodologies. Your prospects may use it to implement the solution you are selling. There are 2 common software development methodologies: waterfall and agile. The waterfall methodology is a linear approach to software development where each stage must be completed before moving on to the next. The agile approach is more iterative, allowing for changes and flexibility as the project progresses. Some companies use agile, others use waterfall, some use both. It's important to understand both of these approaches. Doing so will help you speak intelligently about either approach when working with different prospective clients. For more knowledge, I recommend joining an organization for professionals in tech sales. These organizations can provide you with access to industry news, job postings, and educational resources. The American Association of Inside Sales Professionals is one of the more popular professional organizations for tech sales professionals. Membership with AAISP includes access to Inside Sales Academy courses and participation in their mentor program. Become a knowledge authority about all the things related to what you're selling. Once you thoroughly know your shit, you'll speak with confidence and intelligence when discussing product solutions with customers. Okay, here's tip number 3. Build your brand through networking. Now, doesn't it make sense to network with people who are already working in the tech sales arena? By networking with people currently in the industry, you'll be able to learn more about what it's like to work in tech sales and increase your chances of getting hired. Make sure to use LinkedIn to build relationships. LinkedIn can be used to build relationships with potential employers. It's a great way to make connections with people who already work in the tech sales industry. When you connect with someone on LinkedIn, you have the opportunity to send them a message. This opportunity is a great way to introduce yourself and let them know that you're interested in growing as a technical sales rep. Make sure your profile is up to date and professional. Then, try to find individuals with the tech sales position you're looking for. Try to learn about their day-to-day life. This is a good way to learn about the sales processes straight from the source. Each connection also represents an opportunity to build relationships with people working for potential future employers. Additionally, make time to attend industry events. Another way to build your personal brand is to attend industry events. These events are a great opportunity to meet with hiring managers offline in the real world. A face-to-face connection will always stand out more than a remote meeting. By attending industry events, you'll be able to make connections with potential employers and stand out from the job seeker competition. If you can, create a blog. A blog can be a great way to showcase your knowledge and skills as an aspiring technical sales rep. The blog will show that you're passionate about the industry and that you're committed to learning more about it. As you share your thoughts and ideas, it can also help you build a following of people in the industry who are interested in what you have to say. As you develop a following, your job is to connect with the people interested in your brand. Some of those people may be able to connect you to a potential employer. There's a lot of money to be made in tech sales, which means you'll have to compete with a lot of people interested in the same jobs you're interested in. You should try to stand out from the competition by building a professional brand through networking. This approach will help make you more attractive to potential employers. Remember, your professional brand is the image that you project online and offline. It's how you present yourself to the world, and it's what people will think of you when they hear your name. Tip number 4, applying for jobs. When you're looking for a job in the tech sales industry, it's important to find the right role to apply to. You don't want to waste your time applying for jobs that aren't a good fit. That's why it's very important you do your research first. Try to find companies that are a good match for you. Reach out to people who work at these companies and learn more about their day-to-day. This will help you figure out a couple of things. First, is the role a good fit? And second, what type of role you should be looking for in general. Once you've done your research, start applying for jobs that match your skills and experience. Make sure your resume and cover letter are tailored to the role. Don't forget to follow up with the hiring manager after you submit your application. Okay, so here's how to do potential employer research. The first place to start your research is the company's website. This will give you a good overview of what they do and what their values are. Next, check out their social media. Take a look at Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and anything else they use. Scroll through the feeds to see what they're posting about. This is a great way to learn more about a company's culture. Another way to get an inside look at a company is to look at employee reviews. Check out Glassdoor to see what employees are saying about their experience working at your potential employer. Also, use LinkedIn to reach out to current and former employees. Ask about their experience. This is a great way to get an insider's perspective on what it's like to work there. This info will give you a better understanding of what the job is like, the company culture, and hopefully helps you determine if you want to work there. Make sure to consistently follow up. After you applied for a job, it's important to follow up with the hiring manager. This shows that you're interested in the role and that you're the type of person willing to go the extra mile. The best way to follow up is to send a personal email or connect with them on LinkedIn. In your message, thank them for their time and express your interest in the role. Job research is crucial to getting interviews. By consistently doing your homework on these companies, you'll generate more interviews as you close in on your targets. Last tip, number 5, prepping for the interview. It's important to prepare for the interview because the more you know what to expect, the more confident you'll be during the interview. Once again, the first step is to do your research. If you haven't already done so, you need to find out as much as you can about the company and the role. This will help you understand what the company is looking for in a candidate. Next, practice your answers to common interview questions. You can expect common questions like, what do you know about our products? How do you deal with objections? Or, what do you think makes a successful salesperson? Be sure to focus on your strengths and how you can contribute to the company. You should also be prepared to talk about your experience in sales and explain why you're interested in the role. Of course, you should dress for success and arrive on time. That applies to both in-person and remote interviews. Make a good first impression by visually showing that you're excited about the opportunity. Now, regarding the interview process, the interviewer will likely start by asking you some general questions about your background and experience. Then they'll move on to specific questions about the role and the company. The interviewer may also ask behavioral questions. These are the types of questions designed to see how you will handle a certain situation. So be prepared to give an example of how you handle a challenging situation in the past. Usually, the last part of the interview is when you're asked if you have any questions for the interviewer. This is a great time to still learn more about the company and the job. This is also another opportunity to showcase your enthusiasm for the role. So don't hesitate to ask relevant questions. Keep in mind the following. The goal of interview prep is to give you the confidence to speak with intelligence about how your skills and experience will directly translate to a successful hiring decision. So here's the final wrap up. The tech sales industry can be incredibly lucrative for those with the right knowledge and skills. In order to land your first job in tech sales, it's important to first understand what the role entails and what the company is looking for in a candidate. You should also focus on becoming a knowledge authority so that you can speak with confidence and intelligence when discussing product solutions with customers. Stand out from other job seekers by building your professional brand through networking. Intentionally project an image of yourself that attracts employers to you. Finally, spend time doing the research. This applies to both job applications and the interview. The time spent doing the research will help you figure out which opportunities are appropriate for you. And when you're in the interview, the research prep will show in how you respond to questions. This will help you stand out in the mind of the interviewer from other candidates. Subscribe to Tech or Die on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Google Podcasts. You can also subscribe to the Tech or Die YouTube channel as well. Subscribe so you can get a heads up when I release new tips on starting your career in tech sales. Now let's go out and get some money.